Recycling plays a huge role for minimalism in my mind. Minimalism is all about reducing my consumption, and recycling is all about taking what I did consume and trying to use it again, thus reducing the consumption that we're using on a wider basis. Because the whole idea is to use less. You can use less by reusing what you already have, thus minimizing what you're using. Happy Tuesday everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about recycling, or more specifically, ways that I go a little bit out of my way to try and recycle that I think might give you guys some ideas as to what you can do as well in your own homes. And while I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm super low waste, because I'm not. I'd like to try and move more in that direction, but I also have so much going on right now that is not top of mind, but it is in the back of my mind where I want to make sure that I'm doing what I can to be taking care of the earth, because we kind of only have the one, so I don't want to screw it up too badly, you know? Depending on where you live and the recycling programs that are available to you, this might be super simple. For example, where my mother lives, they're required by the city to sort their garbage and the city will go around and pick up your recycling, your compost, your everything on different days of the week. And so all you really have to do is be able to have the trash cans or whatever in your home and sort that out ahead of time. And that's it, you don't have to worry about anything else. Where I live, we're not quite that clever or fancy apparently. Because if you live in an apartment building, they don't do it at all. They'll come collect garbage, and that's it. I mean, there's of course the obvious bottles and cans that everybody knows can be recycled. Now for me, especially where I don't have a vehicle, I'm not bringing them to the depot myself. I'm not walking something like 11 kilometers out of town to get there. Nope. So what I do is, if I'm at work when I got this bottle or can, my job has a plastic recycling, so I can just put it in there, no problem. Same as when I'm at school. And when I'm at home, I'm certainly not throwing them out. I rinse them out and I put them in a bag. And when the bag is full, I give it to someone that I know has a vehicle and routinely goes to the recycling center where they take the bottles and cans, and I give it to them. Because, yeah, I mean, I'm sort of missing out on that like $2 or whatever. But I don't really care. And the point isn't so much getting that deposit money back, so much as it is trying to make sure that I'm putting in the effort to recycle where I can. Another way that I recycle that I think you guys should consider doing in your own homes as well is I have a separate box right next to my garbage can for me to put paper in. Because again, I can't do paper recycling in my home, but we do it at work and we do it at school. So all I do there is I wait, and when my box gets kind of close to full, or at the very least when it gets heavy enough that it's a little bit difficult for me to pick up, I'll put in the effort to carry it to work or get a ride to school because school's further walk, and I'll recycle it there. Because the point is, if I can put less of it in the landfill and we can try and reuse it, I'm contributing to being more sustainable. I'm certainly not low waste, but those are two of the small things that I try and go out of my way to do to make sure I play my part. I also really try and make sure that I have a reusable bag with me. I just shove it in my purse. I have one in my purse at all times. I have a different one that I shove in my backpack, so that whichever bag I'm using that day, I have one with me, I don't forget it. So that if I do stop somewhere to pick up a few things for groceries or, right, basic shopping that I need to do, I have a bag, I don't need to use a plastic bag. And I started doing that actually less for the recycling component and more for the, I am hoarding a lot of plastic bags component. But if I do get a plastic bag, I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. What I do make sure I do is I don't throw it out. I use them to line one of my small garbage cans. I use it to carry paper. I try and make sure that I use the plastic bags multiple times before they end up going to the landfill. And I'm trying to find somewhere where I can recycle plastic bags, but so far I'm not having any luck. If you know of somewhere that does that, ideally in Canada, please let me know, because that would be helpful, and if that was known more widely, I think that would get used. Another easy thing I do that in my mind is kind of recycling, but is more about consumption in the first place. I never actually use our dryer, ever. I use a washer, but I hang my clothes to dry every single time, all of them. Because not only does that save me money because we have coin laundry, it also consumes a lot less electricity, and so it's better for the environment in that sense because we're not constantly having to produce quite as much. And while that's not recycling, to me, in my mind, it's me pitching in a little bit to make that sustainability, which is the big reason I want to recycle in the first place, so in my mind they're linked. But those are the 4 things that I do really consistently as far as trying to recycle and be a little bit more sustainable. But I'd love to hear about what you guys do as far as trying to recycle and minimize your impact on the earth. Whether you consider yourself low waste or you're just someone like me who tries to make sure to recycle where they can. If we're all doing something, it's a lot better than doing nothing. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!